I don't know why this Civic has decided to give us so much trouble, but this last week we have thrown some parts on it, put it back in time, and it still has a thump like it is only running on 3 cylinders, and it revs and goes bop, 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 bop. I think we've narrowed it down to possibly a stretched timing chain, so I have some parts on order, but we don't have that many Friday night drags left of the season, and we don't have very much time left with Garrett. So I want to get the boost under control on the Fox Body Mustang. That's exactly what we're going to do in this video. Let's get to work.
You make the strings louder.
What have you done, Garrett?
Go.
What is that? You sacrificed another Garrett. You're not supposed to do that. Or can there only be one? There's a lot of Garretts around here, and we love the Garretts. So what we're actually doing is switching the setup on the Turbo 4.8 LS Fox Body. We had a little bit of boost control issue. We built this car really quick. With that, we said, you know what? Instead of like doing 2 wastegates and trying to make them symmetrical and doing all this other stuff, it was kind of like, hey, we need to get this thing to the track. Let's cut a hole and let's put a 45mm wastegate right here on the turbine housing, which I've had good success with on the Civic previously. I think this whole setup, it just makes so much steam, it's not able to control the boost when we have it at a low PSI. So essentially, or a low, what is that? It's PSI.
Yeah, sure.
But we have a 6-pound spring in here, and first gear, second gear, 6 pounds, rock solid. Third gear, if you roll into it real smooth, 6 pounds, dead even. But the problem is, when you're at the track and you go first gear, comes out of first gear, shifts into second, 6 pounds of boost. As soon as it gets into third gear, it has that high load. It just like spools the turbo that much more, and it just blows past the gate, and we hit like 20 pounds of boost. And this is a stock Gen 3 4.8, so I don't want to hurt it, and I'm okay with running 20 pounds of boost, but I don't want it to shoot past 20 pounds of boost. So what we're actually doing today is swapping out this wastegate.
We're gonna get a big boy right there. What are we doing with 60, 50?
Yeah, so
something?
previously we had a 45 mil. Where's it at? So this is a Garrett GVW 45, which is their new wastegates that they came out with. And these things are amazing. I don't think there's anything wrong with the gate at all. I think it's just the fact they don't make a 60mm wastegate, and I think that in order to run low boost, you have to discharge a lot of exhaust gas. If we're trying to run 40 pounds on this thing, we would probably want a small wastegate to quit, you know, getting rid of it and get rid of that surface area. Whereas right now, we want to get rid of that, especially if we're planning on doing some no prep stuff with this thing. So, you know, launching, you want to have low boost, ramping the boost later down the track. And so that's kind of what we're going to do right now. We have this unique little flange.
We're gonna head, normally it tapers off. These are designed to like work with 3-inch round tube to miter straight into it and make it really nice and easy. So they're, you know, mitered really nice. We went in and cut off that flange area just so we have less surface area to have to cope that into the turbine housing itself.
That guy's gonna go right there
with a big fat hole in the hood for the big boy too.
Pretty excited to get this thing kind of dialed in. We took it to the track once this year after we ported the housing, and it helped a ton. It helped on the street, but as soon as we got it on the track and it was just high load, the air was good, it was cool at night, it blew past the gate again. So we said, you know what, let's put this to the side. And honestly, like, we've been trying to get to this a little bit sooner, but Garrett cut the hole in it before, and he welded it super nice, and he walked the cup and did all kinds of stuff like that. And I was like, I want this thing to be nice. So we waited for him to come back into town. Now we're gonna do it. We only have like another day with him here. Actually, is it tomorrow?
It's today, leaving tomorrow.
Oh my goodness. So literally, Garrett is gone tomorrow. So this is like my last project for at least another week. I think he's coming back, but I want to get this thing dialed in and make the best use of his time while he is here. And that's what we're doing.
Putting big holes in expensive turbo parts, that's all.
More fun. All right, so we don't have very much time here with Garrett, but you know what I think that we need? One more day with you. Garrett is not here for very long, so I'm playing him a very special song before he goes.
A going away song, one more day.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we need.
Seriously, every project, everything, it's always just like, we need one more day to finish it up. Garrett's leaving at the end of the day today, and he's gonna be gone for
2 weeks at least.
2 weeks.
He'll be back again.
You'll be gone for 2 weeks and then back for how long?
about 2 weeks. Yeah, gone for 2, back for 2, and then we'll see what happens from there. If I get myself up and running shop-wise in Maryland, I might not be back for very long.
If he doesn't get his shop running, then he'll be back here every now and all the time. Like, I'll just, you know, obviously I don't want to keep him from his family and stuff, but I'd love to keep him here the whole time for all the projects and stuff. But yeah, he's now welding up, kind of at least getting her tacked in place. Yeah. And then after, how close are we?
Not bad. So basically, to get up to speed, cut a big hole open, ground it up with the the burr bit to kind of smooth out, get the shape there was after. If you saw in that clip just a second ago, it looks like it's already been welded. Well, it's not. I kind of have a habit of, on turbo manifolds, cast stuff, I actually run a weld bead around that surface where I'm actually going to mate to. Just kind of gives me a good peace of mind that I'm not going to have any porosity, I'm not going to have anything like debris, anything that's going to contaminate the weld. And then I finish coping my part onto that. So now we're tacked in and at the point where we're going to set up with back purging and weld it in.
So it sounds like we're gonna have some exquisite boost control on the Fox Body Mustang, which I'm pretty excited about. So we go ahead and get Garrett set up on a time lapse over there, and I guess we'll check in with you guys once we're trying to fit it up here in the Mustang, and maybe taking this thing for a rip to see. Maybe we'll throw it on the dyno now that we have that thing all up and working. Garrett got turbine housing all welded up. Crazy thing is he welded the inside of this and that as well. So there's a difference between you and I.
I just don't want to be liable if it cracks because, you know.
Or if it falls off.
Exactly.
I had this conversation with Garrett the other day. I was like, it's not that I can't do the things. It's just that I like it when he does them for me because he holds himself to a higher standard than I would hold myself. And I would probably hold myself to a higher standard if I was doing it for somebody else. Whereas me, I'm just like, we need to make a video. We got to get this done. I'm gonna get it on there and we're gonna go to the track. Like, that's what we do. So it's kind of nice to just like pass off things to you and let it go. That is a big gate.
That's huge. It's almost the same size as the turbine inlet.
It's crazy. Like, really, like that is pretty crazy. Yeah. So we should have all of the boost control with this thing. And it looks good too. We're probably gonna have to cut a hole in the hood. And the crazy thing is the exhaust out of this is a 2.5 inch. Not all of the boost, none of the boost, which is the point here. 3 pounds if we want. Exactly, yeah. It's a different concept when you're trying to keep under a certain PSI or air mass, and something like the Civic where you need all of it. Yeah, I love it. It's kind of sad because like on a 6.7 Power Stroke turbo diesel, the exhaust coming out of the turbine wheel, at least on the 2014, it looks about that size. Yeah, like that, all of it. Literally, for a 6.7 Power Stroke turbo diesel, run 30 pounds of boost, 1,200 foot-pounds of torque, and it's coming out of a 2.5 inch hole. This is the extra. This is the extra exhaust, that.
You got too much, yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna let this thing cool down a little bit, and you can see he has the little back purge set up right here, and again, that's the difference between me and Garrett. Garrett, looks beautiful.
Coming together. Yeah.
Got a nice hole in the hood. This beautiful hood. You're just chopping it up.
The wastegate body's as big as the exhaust dump off the turbo. Inlet port on the wastegate's as big as the turbine inlet itself. Pretty meaty setup.
Yeah. So what's next? Just
yeah, we're gonna get to start cutting up some J-bend here from Vibrant, make our dump tube, and then I think we're gonna do some vacuum lines and just send it.
Yeah, and then we could put it on the dyno and see if it actually controls the boost. We could actually make some power at that point. And then I could even play with like tuning it a little bit, because I've just let the Holly do kind of its thing. So we'll put it on there, I'll mess with it a little bit, and then we could take it to the track and really see what she's doing. So We got the Civic that's getting some things, which you may or may not have already seen. The dyno's working. If you haven't seen, we got the dyno working. And hey, if you guys have not had a chance yet, MotionAutoPerformance.com is the biggest sponsor of the channel. Turbo, wastegate, injectors, the Vibrant UJ.
Yeah, exactly.
Vibrant UJ.
Like
we carry all kinds of stuff. Basically, we have warehouses, or drop ship through warehouses. There's like 400,000 parts that we have access to. So if you get to the website and it looks like a scam, it's not really. It's just we have access to a lot of things, and it literally just drop ships, and I just get like a little percent. It just helps me. But yeah, if you guys want some parts for your ride, MotionAutoPerformance.com. I guess. Hey, let's get back with this video. Is that a good ad?
That's good. I got like the ad break. It was perfect.
Yeah, this little ad break in the middle of the video, but it wasn't even, we didn't even stop it. It was just like, hey, here it is. Bro, I go snorkeling. Wow. That's kind of cool, huh? All right, so we did it. Doing a little bit of stainless lines. Stainless to push lock, because obviously hot things next to each other, they melt. The ones that we had on here before, it's like push lock stuff, but obviously we got hot turbine housing, hot everything, hood. Like, I don't want to melt it. And obviously with the Holly, we have a little bit of boost control. We have boost cut, very important. HP tuners, no boost cut. So if you want to blow up your stuff, HP tuners. If you want to not blow up your stuff, boost cut Holly. Like, that's just.
I'm gonna miss Garrett.
I'm gonna miss Garrett too. He is gonna be back in 2 weeks. I also missed that Garrett wastegate too. I wish they made a 60, but we got a 2.5 now. Before it was 1.75 inches. No, actually I think it might have been 2 before. 2.5, so now we got a 4, and we got a, like, that looks like it's ready to party.
Yep, I'd say so. Let's get this thing started.
Should be about 10. Seriously, this thing is wild. Like, I'm curious, like this and the Civic should be rippers together.
All right, well, I haven't heard from Trevor in about 3 or 4 minutes. Normally he's back here by now, so we're gonna see if he maybe broke down. Really hope not, but that might be the case. Go find a tow strap or something, toss it in the BMW, see what we can do. Never mind, here he comes.
So it got a little wiggly there. I didn't like that wiggle.